Hi, I'm Devashi. I'm a mental performance coach, and today's video is all about mental rehearsal, what it is, how you can use it, and a little bit about the neuroscience behind it. If I had to explain mental rehearsal to a 5-year-old, I would tell them it's like riding a bike without actually physically sitting and riding a bike. It's like riding a bike in your mind. It's like doing a dress rehearsal before you actually go and perform on stage. It's about practicing a game in your mind before you actually play it in reality. What mental rehearsal involves is really tapping into the emotions, feelings, behaviors, and actions you want to take when you want to experience a specific reality. The best way to illustrate this is to think of a goal and then backward integrate how you would mentally rehearsal that practice. For example, if my overall goal is to score 3 goals in my next football match coming up on Tuesday, what I would do is I would mentally rehearse the emotions, the feelings, the surroundings, and the actions I would take in order to achieve that goal. I would really focus in on where I am, how I'm playing, which teammate am I passing the football to, what does the goalpost look like, where are my coaches, and just really try and make it as real as possible. Your brain struggles to differentiate between a vividly imagined reality and the reality that you're experiencing. Once you recognize how powerful this is, you can use the tool of mental rehearsal to tap into different areas of your life, whether it's your work, relationships, health, or different areas where you want to really see yourself improve and achieve specific goals. You can apply mental rehearsal and see how your confidence changes, how your levels of performance are improved. If I had to explain how to do this practice, I can share what I've been doing for the past 10 years now that has really helped me boost my confidence, helped me show up better in work and in life, and to become an overall confident and able person when it comes to achieving the goals that I want to. So here's how it goes. The first step is to really decide on a goal that you want to achieve, because your brain really thrives on specific cues and information. Rather than just saying vague goals, you want to make it as specific and clear as possible. So step 1 is deciding on a goal that you want to achieve. Step 2 is sitting in a quiet place, closing your eyes. Step 3 is tapping into the feelings of achieving that goal. You really want to tap into what you're thinking in the moment. How are you feeling? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling ecstatic? What are the emotions that are coming up? Step 4 is thinking of the environment that you find yourself in. Who is around you? Who are you surrounded by? Who is there to celebrate with you when you achieve this goal? Step 5 is really focusing on making it feel as real as possible. So tapping into those emotions, environments, you want to feel as though you're experiencing that in the here and now, and how that makes you feel when you achieve that goal. Step 6 is to focus in on your breath work and take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And step 7 is to slowly open your eyes. That in general is a practice that I've been using for the past 10 years. And what that has done is it has helped my brain understand and perceive what that vividly imagined reality is supposed to feel like. What is really interesting is the neuroscience behind mental rehearsal. When you mentally rehearse, your brain is forming neural network connections. Hebb's law states that neurons that fire together wire together. So every time you take out time and mentally rehearse, you are building stronger neural network connections in your brain. What that is doing is there's a memory network being formed that every time you mentally rehearse, your brain makes it stronger and stronger. When you actually experience that in your actual reality, your brain is already exposed to it. So naturally, you're more confident, you're more able to make quicker decisions. You are able to show up as your best self because you've spent time mentally rehearsing how to show up in that reality. And a lot of people don't recognize this, but the more you mentally rehearse, the stronger those networks are forming and the better you do when you experience that reality. In general, I think mental rehearsal is an underrated tool to boost your mental performance. You can use it with specific outcomes. There are different types of mental rehearsal practices you can do. There's outcome focused, there's process focused, or you can really focus on a specific goal and go deeply into that and mentally rehearse the steps to achieve that. But the simple practice of taking out time to mentally rehearse is helping your brain becoming more familiar with the reality you want to experience. As discussed before, your brain can't differentiate between a vividly imagined reality and the reality that you're experiencing. So the more you do this, the more your brain gets exposed to it and the stronger those connections build. That just means that when you show up in reality, your brain will be better equipped to handle challenges and obstacles that will naturally show up. Mental rehearsal is the edge. Like founders, CEOs, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, there are countless number of people who have said how important mental rehearsal and visualization has been in order for them to achieve success. They had to imagine a reality before it existed in order to experience it in the future. And that really is the power of training your brain regularly with intensity and intention. The more you mentally rehearse, the better outcomes you get. But what is really key here is to tap into the emotions, the feelings, and the actions you want to take when you're experiencing that reality. Just feeling as though it's already happened is a very powerful feedback mechanism for your brain. It makes your brain feel as though you're experiencing that in the here and now. In general, I would say mental rehearsal is something that you should 100% prioritize and make time for if you want to see improvements in different areas of your life. And overall, mentally rehearsing does build a stronger neural network in your brain so that when you experience that reality, you're better able to handle it. And that was all today's video was about, just learning what mental rehearsal is, a few simple steps on how you can do it, and a little bit about the neuroscience behind mental rehearsal. If you found this video useful, you can follow me and stay in touch as we build more on mental performance tools, self-improvement, and learning how to become your best self through this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.